It's showtime.
Hey, how you doing? I'm Ronnie. I have returned.
Hello, boys! I'm back!
I know you're all very curious about what I've been doing, and since I don't want to lie, pretty much just been jerking off to Leah Thompson. You know, Mighty McFly's mom. God, she was fucking hot. You ever seen Howard the Duck? Yeah, the movie sucks. It's ridiculous, but it's worth it just to check her out.
Oh my god!
You ever see Jaws 3D? And she was hot in that. Yeah, that movie sucked. I've also been playing a lot of chess. That is a fucking game for men. However, if you consider yourself to be a beta male, I would not recommend it. You know, a beta male. Like this guy.
There is a lot of racial disparity in the way that this is covered. If this happened in a place of a lower socioeconomic status or a place where like a black community, no matter how well those people spoke, I don't think the media would cover it the same. And I think it's important that we point that out as Americans and realize that, because we have to use our white privilege now to make sure that all of the voices that have all of the people that have died as a result of this and haven't been covered the same can now be heard. It's sad, but it's true.
No, dude, you're a little bitch.
If you talk at all like this kid, like at all, I would not only recommend drinking a gallon of whole milk immediately, but you would probably just want to go ahead and get on beta blockers. I mean, listen, you're already pretty low on tea. You might as well just, you know, stop the beta right in its tracks. Beta blockers. Seriously, if you talk like this kid, you're probably really worked up worrying about people's privilege, constantly checking your vocabulary to make sure your, you know, political correctness is up to date. All that jazz. Beta blockers can help. They slow your heart rate, lower your blood pressure, which will let you ease up and in general allow you to become a real man. Beta blockers, they're good for your balls. Alright, well I literally just came back. I'd say I'm definitely out of the loop, so fuck it. Let's just check up on our good friends at Buzzfeed. Let's go to their Boldly channel. They changed the name of Buzzfeed Yellow, of course, to Boldly because I don't know why. But wait, they changed the name again to AS/LS. Who knows what the fuck that means? I'm not gonna bother looking it up. Right on the first page, I see a juicy one: being in an interracial couple. Sounds stupid and pointless enough. Bam! Let's get right into it.
When I told my dad, like, I'm dating someone from Norway, and he made a joke, he's like, damn, you couldn't even have gone for, like, an Italian or somewhere south. You went for the most northern, like,
the whitest of the white.
Yeah, it's okay for her dad to be racist because she's black, I guess, or whatever she is. Sheridan has been in a few of my videos. She's a Buzzfeed regular. She always seems to be harping on how black she is, yet if she didn't let me know immediately, I might have guessed she was Cherokee or some shit. I mean, she barely looks black at all. But fine, I believe you. I guess she's black, and so I guess it's okay for her dad to be racist, right? It's just cute, and it's fine, it's fun. But imagine this guy's dad saying the same shit, like, hey, yo, son, why did you have to bring a fucking black home? You couldn't have maybe warmed us up with a Latino or something first? You just went straight black, you fuck? I mean, would that be like a cute, funny thing to say? No, I doubt it. Your family's racist.
Amber and I have been dating for going on 2 years now.
Wait, is that Rob Dyrdek? I didn't know he dated outside of his race.
We have been together for 5 years, married for just coming up on 3.
We've been together, I want to say 5 months.
When I met Amber, she identified as straight and had a history of dating men.
Oh God, no, not men.
So we were just gonna be buds.
Let's go skating together.
Buds who go skating together.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because...
And we went skating, and I remember this moment where she was off the ice lacing up her boot, and she looked up at me and smiled. And I was like, I have to make her love me.
I have to make her love me.
It's more comfortable for you to label me insane.
I was randomly talking about movies one day, and this strange girl from across the room started screaming about that she had seen this movie and wanted to get into the conversation.
Nice fucking Apple Watch. Yeah, I imagine that works good for setting reminders to check your privilege.
I was doing improv and you were doing stand-up. You did a set with your backpack on and had braces at the time.
Now, sink into the floor.
Wait.
Sink.
And in my mind, I noticed braces first, and I thought, he's cute, but it's unfortunate he has braces, because
Jesus
that's a
Christ.
deal breaker.
Damn! You got fucked up!
I remember, I think a few months after we became official, I asked you if, like, the first time we started talking, you were, like, thinking about the fact that I was black. And you said, no, not really. It didn't really,
No, like, I wasn't thinking of race.
Whoa, that is a fucking lie.
You know, my mom was like, where is Sheridan from? And it was like, no, she's from New Jersey. It's like, no, where is she from? And I was like, let's not do this. This is not a good topic at all.
All right, this is not normal. I mean, not only do both of these people's families seem racist, but they sound fucking retarded.
I think that you're always aware when you start dating somebody new of what you have in common and what you don't have in common.
It is interesting, like, the thing that popped up when she came to Norway to visit my friends and family, like, all the conversations went from, like, how's it going over there? How's the US? How's work? How's school? I'm doing this, I'm doing that, to, like, all right, let's talk about racism, let's talk about segregation. Everything turned to, like, that.
I was apparently the outlet they needed. They
Yeah.
needed a catalyst to bring up the discussions, and that was my function.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't.
So BuzzFeed's main objective is to be overly progressive and criticize racism at all costs, yet they seem to be confused. These kids are racist as fuck, and so are their families. Alright, nobody but used people think that interracial dating is so rare and interesting that it's worthy of a video like this.
You know, we live in LA, and I don't think that people feel like it's something they've never seen before, obviously.
Exactly. Why the fuck are you making this video? Like, the only people who are gonna watch this, aside from haters like me, like, the only people who are gonna watch this video nodding like, yeah, that's right, are people from, like, LA, New York, etc. Nobody from Lynchburg, Virginia is gonna be watching this crap. So what is the point?
What's the point, man?
But I do feel sometimes from men, I get the vibe like, she's with this white woman when she could be with me.
What? Alright, don't flatter yourself there, Big Purple. That's probably mostly in your head.
What a bitch.
It's further complicated by the gender and sexuality of it, because it is generally, that's like the first set of reactions that we clock. I think Amber summed it up pretty great last week when she said that we'll often walk into a space, and I can see it happening now that she's mentioned it, that people will look and go like, what? Oh, okay.
Notice these people always refer to the area in which they are in at any given time as a space, and never like a spot or an environment. It's always a space. They love that fucking word.
Space.
Spaces.
Space.
Space?
Space. The final frontier.
People don't notice it, and then sometimes when they do notice it, they come on a little too strong.
Like how?
Yeah, like how?
Like that one time when we were at the train stop last weekend, and that guy was on his bicycle.
He saw me, he saw you, he kept biking, he looked back while he was biking forward, kept biking, looked back again,
Yeah.
and then went.
And then biked away.
What? So, it sounds like some fucking drunk homeless guy gave you a thumbs up, and you're 100% positive that his intention was to signal your racial diversity? Sure about that? You're positive?
I have heard horror stories about interracial couples and, like, you know, families not being okay with it, not getting along. I am fine with a few jokes here and there about how white he is. I'm fine with...
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really.
Some people don't like it, and some people spend a lot of time staring, and I mean, seeing Amber first and seeing that Amber's beautiful and like wanting to say something to her or, you know, look at her.
Damn, apparently Big Purple over here is just irresistible. I don't get it. Am I missing something?
And then seeing me and then registering the disappointment, and you can say that that's wrapped up it's true, wrapped up in both sexual identity, race identity, and gender identity.
Wrong.
Educating, especially my family, is a little tricky because it's a weird subject.
Alright, again, so your families are a bunch of racists. Alright, most people aren't like your family, so we don't find this interracial dating thing that weird at all. Fuck off.
Hey, fuck off.
Here's the thing,
But it was
though.
like-
The Norwegian word for Negro, which
Yes.
is a term people use. I feel very uncomfortable when white people even use the term Negro, but whatever. What is the Norwegian word for Negro, Peter?
I don't want to say it.
I can say it. It's Niga. It's Niga. 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 Niga.
Let us not take this planet for granted. I do not take tonight for granted. Thank you so very much.
Which sounds like a bad word in English. So while he wasn't saying the bad N-word, he was kind of saying the bad N-word.
For sure.
Niga, niga, niga.
I think you are good at code switching and you inhabit a lot of white spaces very comfortably.
You know what would be great is if you twos just didn't occupy any white spaces at all, so I don't have to worry about you.
I think that is maybe more difficult than you're given credit for.
When did you realize that?
When the reverse happened, when I went to the
It
cookout.
was a barbecue where a majority of the people there were black. I guess you probably saw me in a more relaxed, kind of colloquial.
It was fine, but I was more out of my element.
Yeah, so basically what you're saying is you felt uncomfortable around a bunch of black people at a barbecue. You fucking racist bitch.
I have learned that although like we could be in a restaurant or in a customer service situation or something like that, and where I'm very aggressive and generally get what I want, and where I'm very aggressive and generally get what I want,
I'm going to get what I want.
What a bitch!
Dude. What the fuck? What an uppity bitch. I mean, she describes herself as aggressive.
and where I'm very aggressive and generally get what I want.
Absolute madland!
It's generally not the kind of attitude you want to have going into a restaurant.
When I'm paying for a meal, I've learned that it's not always a situation that she would like me to draw attention to bad service or something like that, even when bad service does have casual tones of racism to it. That it's not always important to her to necessarily cause a scene.
But it's very important to me.
Because it feels sometimes that you're playing into stereotypes.
Okay, so these people are fucking whack jobs. It's fine for the white bitch to cause a scene, but the black girl definitely does not want to cause a scene because that would be perpetuating the stereotype that black people are usually the ones to cause a scene at a restaurant or a place of business. How about neither you just neither you cause a scene or get testy with a waiter or any of that shit, and you have nothing to worry about. Goddamn, fuck these broads. I was definitely most annoyed by Sheridan and her fat soy boy husband, but never mind, these bitches are fucking terrible.
You can go suck a fuck.
Sometimes when we've gone out and I feel like we got bad service, I felt like I want to tip well, because I feel like if I don't, you know, sometimes they're like, oh, that's black people never tip, you know what I mean? And I hate that stereotype and it makes me furious.
Go fuck yourself.
Alright, then just tip normally. What the fuck? Why even say this out loud? I mean, everyone knows black people have this negative stereotype that they don't tip for shit. So then just don't be an asshole. Tip normally. Don't even think about your race. Like when you're thinking over your tip, don't consider your race. Like, let's see, what race am I? Oh, right, I'm black, so I guess I gotta tip extra good so they don't think I'm a prick. Just be a normal fucking person, and you don't even have to worry about it. God damn it.
And we'll be sitting down and she'll be like, but this was truly terrible. Like, nothing came out that we ordered. Like, it was an awful experience, and I still feel like I want to leave a nice tip.
The only time I feel like I truly got upset with Peter, we're very lucky, we don't fight a lot, we're like very in sync in a lot of ways. We didn't have our car registered in California when we should have had it registered. It was still with New Jersey. It's registered now, so don't come after me.
Can't.
I know they can't, but it just in case. Still, I'm a black woman, I worry about these things.
Yeah, if you're driving with expired registration, you really don't want to be out on the road. I don't understand what that has to do with race. Don't drive illegally. you fucking beast.
We drove around for like 6 months with our car not being registered in California when it should have. When I was driving it, I wouldn't even drive it barely because I was so afraid of getting pulled over. And at the time, my dad was on the deed, and I was thinking, oh my god, they're not gonna see that my name is on here. They're gonna think black person stole this car driving around.
Again, just perpetuating stereotypes for no reason.
Meanwhile, Peter fucking drove around, no problems at all, felt great. He was like, if I get pulled over, I get pulled over.
What a story, Mark.
And so you start to think like, wow, you know, getting pulled over by the cops isn't the scariest thing in the world to Peter. Meanwhile, to me and to so many black people, that could die.
Yeah, it's like totally a real concern for regular, like you're black, you see the red and blue lights, you pull over, put in park, and then boom, darkness, you're dead. It's a real concern.
You have dated people of color, but it was in this very protected space. There were a couple of times in public where a certain situation would happen and you would kind of interpret it very differently than how I'd interpreted it.
Were you thinking about the movie theater?
The trailers weren't even on yet. Like, the movie hadn't even started, and I was like just texting like right before. And this guy like was like, "You gonna turn your phone off, right?" And
he was a middle-aged white man.
Yeah. Everyone's on their phones, but he specifically singled me out and talked down to me.
I mean, goddamn, the people in this video just can't stop perpetuating the stereotypes. Look, alright, you had your fucking phone on glowing in the movie theater, so a middle-aged guy of an unrelated race asks you to please turn that fucking phone off. I mean, really, this is normal shit. Don't fucking have your phone glowing in the goddamn movie theater, you prick.
And you faded away. You faded away completely.
Well, I thought he was talking to me, too, because I was also on my phone.
He wasn't talking to you.
So yeah, you both had your phones on. Fucking power couple here.
You know what just came to mind for me is when we were in Kansas together.
Right. I felt less safe there.
I felt like I had experienced that kind of aggression being thrown before and was perfectly capable of handling it, but I was worried about her because I was like, I don't know if she's ever experienced this before.
And then at the same time, we were driving around and passed by a house with a Confederate flag hanging from it.
Yes, I forgot.
And that was a like, is that real? Can people, like, is everybody okay? And
a fucking Confederate flag, holy shit. I mean, is everybody okay? Are we chill? Am I chill? Are we good? Is everyone good? I mean, is this actually happening? Is this real life?
Is this real life?
When certain people have called you out for only dating white women, to me that is really deeply unsettling. It's saying you can't date these people. Only white people can date these people.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I have no real experience of what it is like to be black in the US. My child will have that experience, and I have no idea. Like, I can educate myself and feel, I have sympathy and I can listen, but I have like no real life experience in it.
It's weird to think that they won't be going through life like constantly reminded that they're black.
No, I doubt that. I have a strong feeling you will be around to constantly remind them of their race, that they're half black or whatever, and probably simultaneously you'll be yelling at them to check their privilege because they aren't as black as you.
Something that I do worry about is that if my child has fairer skin than me, there will be a suspicion when walking around.
What the fuck are you talking about?
What the fuck are you talking about, bro? Seriously, this might be the first one where I literally I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. You're worried that if your kid has fairer skin than you, there will be suspicion when walking around. What are you talking about? What suspicion? That you banged a white chick? That suspicion that you stole the child? I don't get it. What the fuck could you possibly be talking about? I mean, goddamn. What the fuck? What the fucking moron? Alright, I think there's only like another minute left, but that's all I can take. I mean, damn, this video's long anyway. In conclusion, Buzzfeed still sucks ass. This video perfectly demonstrates how warped these people are. Over the course of this video, all three couples were at one point or another very openly racist, and then at other times they were obviously lying about being racist. I don't know which is more dumb. Stop obsessing over race. Stop trying to convince young people that this is like totally cool, normal, liberal behavior, because it's not.
You guys are fucking insane.
I'm Ronnie, and don't be so fucking obsessed with race, alright?